Hello everyone. If you see the video title and you eagerly clicked in, that means you're in the right place. And if you see this title of this post, that means you already found the solution. Now you can click away. So for the people who just come in for the solutions, let me show you. Go to the link of this page, link down in the video description below. Scroll all the way to the bottom and go to the last page. The Apple guru, Eskimo, around page 5, provided a very good solutions. Just follow this, it will work for you. So for the people who want to vent about this problem or just run into it and want to know more detail about it, yeah, stay. We're gonna vent together. We're gonna see how to fix this, how we come to this conclusion, and whether Apple has already fixed this since they just released candidates of iOS 15.1. Let me describe this problem with a live demo. So if you create an app using iOS 17 and Xcode 15, you will have a very difficult debugging problem. So let me show you. Now we have a test app, right? It's very simple. Let's go to a device, iPad mini, and we start run device. All right. Build succeed. I'm just waiting for stuff to happen on my iPad. Right, it's still installing. See, this app, mind you, it does nothing, right? It takes a very long time. I have everything profile initialized already. It takes so long just to load to the iPad. It hasn't attached to it yet. Attaching on iPad mini. Yeah, this is insane. Nothing is happening right now. Okay. Yeah, my screen just went black. It says running. And nothing is absolutely showing up on the screen. All right? Nothing. Shouldn't it have at least something? Okay, let's take a look at what app's supposed to do, right? Yeah, it's supposed to have a plus added button. It still says it's running. Okay, it's actually a good demo. I've never seen this personally. What I see typically just it takes a very long time and eventually it does the job. So let's run this again. Now it's building, installing. Yeah, a cable is plugged in, by the way. So when you are running iOS 16, it actually runs blazing fast. Could be any version of 16. What I had is 16.6, I believe, at the time of testing. 16.6.7, something like that. So now it's slowly trying to attach to the iPad. As you can see, it's slowly launching on the iPad. Okay. Yeah, it just launched an app that does absolutely nothing. All right, waiting to attach. Nothing's happening. So why is this happening? Because if you go into Window, Device and Simulators, you'll notice that in iOS 17 device, this Connect via Network option is by default turned on. All right, perfect. Yeah, this illustrates our problem perfectly. So let's go back and see Device and Simulators problem. So this Connect to Network is by default turned on. So there's no way for us to actually disconnect it. The iPad mini, even though it's connected through cable, Xcode still tries to debug it through network because of this nasty option. And why does Apple do that? Let's find out the solutions. If you go through the channel, everybody wants this to be rolled back. We just want a simple option to unclick it. But according to Apple guru Eskimo, like network requests, if you're having device attached to USB, network requests will go over virtual network interface running over USB. And people feel gaslighted by Eskimo a little bit because we are having problem connecting to our Apple devices with USB cable. And he asks us to check out VPN connection, which is pretty... I know he's trying to help, but like having this is really weird. Like IPv6, for example, like why do I have to check my IPv6, right? I just don't understand that. I was really mad when I see this post, and people want to revert it back. And yeah, I think the explanation is that oh right, as Eskimo said, okay, that's not really possible with the current architecture. this is very annoying to see because like we don't care what architecture you use. We just want to use your product. We want to be able to connect to a USB-C cable or USB Lightning cable. We just debug it, and it has been working for ages. In many cases, you just want it to work. But here is a little bit of speculation here. Why does Apple change the architecture using network debug and force it to be turned on? One of the speculation that might make sense is that, you know, Apple is going to push a portless iPhone, which is fine for a lot of people, but it's gonna have problem in two fronts, right? For people who like video photography, now you can't really record video to an external drive, which iPhone 15 currently allows. And for developers, if we are forced to debug over network, right, it's gonna be a nightmare. As you can see, the LLDB is not even responding for a brand new app I just created with a fairly new iOS 17.1.2, and the newest Xcode version for the App Store. So yeah, it just feels really odd. But, you know, frustration aside, let's keep digging. So we know this is caused by connect via network. So how do we force it to not connect network? The way to do it, airplane mode, or just turn off your Wi-Fi. It's very easy to do. So I turn off my Wi-Fi on my iPad, right? Once you run this, you will see a pop-up from your iPad say unable to verify app, and you see a pop-up on your Xcode again, say unable to do it. That means that's a good sign. That means Xcode is at least trying to connect to it, okay? Right, turn on Wi-Fi, and hopefully once we do that and you run that, enable Wi-Fi again, and you run the app, it should just work. So it just works right now. Yeah, very fast and smooth, right? So we know that this problem is in the Xcode version 15.0.1, but when did it start? Apparently, it started from the beta cycle, according to this develop forum. It's very interesting read if you want to go through the entire history and how many frustration people have been going through in the past 2 months, right? Try to deal with this problem. As I recall from this post, there are people just having this problem since Xcode beta. And normally when we receive a beta, right, we have some issue, we just credit this issue to the nature that Xcode is a beta. But as Xcode 15 shipped, which is when I find out about this about 2 months ago, when Xcode 15 finally shipped, I was desperately seeking for a solution for a few days. Yeah, every single day I just come here and browsing and just try to figure out what the heck is going on here, right? And then, yeah, kind of figure out why, and people propose some solutions, for example, like connect the cable first and then launch Xcode. That kind of works, kind of doesn't. Like sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Until the workaround I showed you, or, you know, Eskimo said you can go to airplane mode as well. Yeah, it does the same thing. Just basically force Xcode to go to the USB connection. It can be done. Yeah, I just wonder how this get out of the door. How does Apple not finding this issue when they ship Xcode? It has been there for quite a while. Today, yeah, as usual, I come into this forum to watch more people complain. And they're just refreshing on Apple's Xcode website, check for Xcode beta. Hopefully they gave me a beta, and you know what I find? That I actually find the Xcode beta, right? So they give us a new Xcode 15.1. So does that fix the problem? Because we know the symptom of Xcode 15.0.1. It doesn't fix the problem and does not give us any warning. It just silently fail. But does the same thing apply to Xcode 15.1 release candidate? Let's see what Apple improved here, and hopefully it's a good ride. So we start again with the test app. We bring that to the center of attention. This is the newest one. It's a release candidate. So let me close this info page and let's just start it. So now let's launch it again. So nothing was touched. Yep, running. Yep. It should work by now. It's a simple app that does not. Oh, sorry. I need to get rid of this. Continue. Oh, okay. Actually, that's quite nice. Did Apple fix it? Whew, so fast. Okay, but let's not get carried away here, okay? Let me actually yank the cable. Wait. It's like, yeah, before I do that, let me... Okay, I just yank the cable and plug it back in. And just run it and see how it works. Oh gosh, this is not okay. Alright. Alright, I was just put breakpoint there as I mentioned that it should be very slow. So I tapped it. It just shows up now. Yeah, it's definitely not a normal developer experience, but this is absolutely common when you develop Apple Watch app. I'm happy I don't have to do that. They really should give us developers some ports, you know, to connect to Apple Watch physically. And I really hope when they get a portless iPhone, we have a way to, you know, connect to iPhone physically with some sort of cable. Yeah, that was very slow, as you can see. Stopping. Let's try again. Stopping and starting. Let's see how long it takes to bring up the UI. Alright, that is actually not too bad. Alright. Yeah. Plus this. Yeah, but there is a delay. Yeah, it shouldn't be this slow. So let's do the dance again. Dance again. Turn on the Wi-Fi. And we gotta run this. Yeah, it kicks in right away. We're gonna turn Wi-Fi back on. Yeah, that was successful. But still kind of slow. I guess it's just slower. Yeah, I wouldn't say this is acceptable though. Oh gosh. Alright. Yeah, let me tap. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I feel like it's faster. It's hard to say. Okay, now let's yank the cable and try to do the same thing. Yeah, now cable's yanked. It's launching. Attaching. Okay, keep going. Okay, yeah, that's clearly very slow. Yeah, we're walking into the territory of yeah, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, well, I mean, don't get me wrong, it still works. Did I tap it or not? Yeah, I did. I did tap it. All right. Yeah, it's just like it feels like when you play video games on a PC and it has to compile caches. So yeah, and so when you play, it doesn't matter how fast your PC is. Sometimes some compilations is done during game's runtime, and it would just stutter. It stuttered at that place one time, and never stutter again, right? But let me put a breakpoint here and run this. Yeah, it still just take ages to run a breakpoint. Yeah, it's not great. All right. Yeah, wireless is still not great, but yeah, let's give it a bit more challenge and turn on VPN. Okay. Now my iOS device is connected through VPN. Okay, that was interesting, right? I couldn't even stop it. Anyway, so let's run it. Yeah, that's why when Apple give you suggestions, right? Say, oh yeah, did your device connect to VPN? What's the situation of IPv6, IPv4? Did you block anything? You know, yeah, that's what you're talking about. You have a VPN on. This is absolutely insane, right? Just couldn't connect to it. Yeah, like if there's really no warning given, I wouldn't say like I would like to see it says okay we couldn't just faster fail, you know, we cannot connect the device, just fell back to the USB interface faster. Of course right now I don't have a USB interface, right? You just try to search for it forever. It's not pleasant. Yeah, well, let's give up. It's not gonna do it, but we'll try again. We're trying again. We're trying again. Still not gonna do it. Okay, I have cable connected back in now. Alright, let's run it. Oh, wait. That was an error message. I never seen that before. Wait. Did you see that? Don't have a cable connected in and I have VPN on. Oh, no, let me connect again. I want to see the error message. Okay, I couldn't see the error message. I'm gonna go back when I watch the video to see what the error message actually is. That will be helpful if the error message able to. Ooh. Huh. Internal logic error. Connection is invalid. Of course it's invalid, but I have a cable. Just go to connect to that. Alright, I'm gonna turn off the Wi-Fi on my iPad mini, see if that helps. The tunnel connection failed while the system tried to connect to the device. The operation couldn't be completed. Oh, okay, it goes away again. Yeah, but it's improvement. I hate to say it, I think they add some if-else statement and give us some debug info. But yeah, I hope it. Oh, yeah, I hope the debug info stays. Yeah, previous preparation error, internal logic error. Oh, come on, let me do this. Browsing on the local area network for iPad mini, which has previously reported preparation error. Ensure the device is unlocked and attached with a cable, or it is, or associated with the same local area network at this Mac. The device must be opted into developer mode they're all, yeah. So, yeah, for the people who, wasn't really deep into this issue, previously, Xcode would just, keep spinning. You don't know what's happening. There's no error message. So this is a massive improvement. This is a massive improvement. So you have to give Apple props. Yeah, when you turn, looks like at least they checked out a situation where VPN is connected, and devices just won't be able to talk to each other through Wi-Fi as nicely as they wish it will be able to. They throw an error message. So at least we're able to look at this and get angry and say, what the heck? I am connected through cable, right? But it's weird. I'm connected through cable and I turn off the Wi-Fi on my iPad, but it still doesn't work. Now let me turn off the VPN, right? And try this again. To iPhone. Oh, I'm sorry. Where's my... Oh, all right. Okay, where is the... No. Where is the iPad? All right. Funny thing happened because the Mac is connected to VPN and iPad is connected to a cable. I couldn't find the iPad. Let's just close it and we will run Xcode again. And we're gonna turn off VPN and see how it works. Disconnect. Right, now VPN is off. Oh, it just finds iPad mini right away. What did you do, Apple? Oh gosh, I feel like this is very easy thing to replicate on their network. Hopefully, with everybody posting in this forum, file feedback that push Apple to do something. I think they're trying to do something, at least when you have some VPN weirdness happening. There were error message now. Before there was just no error message. You don't even know what to ask. You just say, why does my device disappear? Why is my debugging suddenly very slow? Right? So since now iPad showed up again, we're just gonna do one more test and wrap up. This is fantastic. Turn on Wi-Fi. We run it again. Yep, it's decently fast. You tap it, it shows up. Right? Tap it. Yeah, it's I don't feel it's very slow, Pretty good. Very reliable debugging. So all in all, I think Apple is trying to address this issue. They have seen it. They have seen the post. There are a lot of people experiencing this problem and filed a lot of feedbacks. They're taking it seriously, but they haven't get to address it yet. Meanwhile, we have a workaround that's supposed to be good for everybody. So yeah, thanks for watching and venting with me. I will try to make more content in the future. In the next video, I'm probably going to talk about my journey of trying and failing at migrating from core data to Swift data, and whether I believe it's ready or not, and whether you should do the same. Subscribe and like if you want more content like this.